I'm going to try a different style to these mic'd up videos and edit them a bit more and cut out a lot of the dead space of me either not talking or not lifting. Now, granted, I can talk for a while during these, but I'll try to make it more focused. So, first exercise I'm doing is snatch pull plus snatch. Just do some sets at 90 kilos. Everything feels good. Might push up through there. I'm sure the movement will feel fine, but more physically. We're just warming up a little bit, banging the bar off my hips as hard as I can. Not really, but I feel pretty good based on how much work I did yesterday, particularly in the squat. Nothing is really extremely sore. It's more just like the normal soreness I have. So we'll see how it feels to start adding some weight. Do 95 now. I spent a lot of time looking on Rogue Fitness to buy plates for no particular reason. As you can see around me, kilos just are more fun to lift in. We'll go ahead and do a pull plus snatch with the 43. Felt pretty good. Physically, I feel pretty good, which is surprising. So hopefully that continues. No better sound than the sound of plates sliding onto the bar. Got the mic on right now, so I'm not taking off in between sets. I will have for the power clean and jerks that I have next, but go ahead and do 61 kilos. Hopefully it continues to feel all right, and we can hit some sets at 90 and be happy. Pretty warm out today. It's like 50 degrees, so in here it's pretty nice. I'm focusing less on pulling fast and just getting into the right positions, and then just doing a normal full snatch and not trying to do powers and stuff, just to reinforce positions that I'm catching it all in. One of the benefits of having a really good pull, really strong pull I should say, you could debate whether my actual pull is good, but having a lot of surplus in that area really allows me to do a complex like this and not really be fatigued from the pull. The original programming I think was like 3 pulls plus snatch, but honestly that's just a bit excessive. I don't really want to do 3 pulls and then do a snatch. I'd rather do a pull plus snatch and just work a bit heavier if I'm able to. 3 is a bit too much, so this 80 kilos now. Big thing I'm trying to focus on the pull is one, that verticalness of it, but then once it's down, just to be able to go right away. It's a little bit tricky with the floor because the bar just kind of roll around in sometimes weird ways, so I have to adjust my feet a little bit at times, but if I'm setting it down exactly where I started with it, usually settles in the right spot. Drop my strap. So that was 80, go to 90 now. So this is my first of 5 working sets, pull plus snatch. This will be 90 kilos. Assuming it feels really good, we obviously add weight. If it feels like trash, then we do it again. And if I miss, then I yell at myself and do it again. So 90 kilos shouldn't be too big of a deal. It's not too heavy yet, so let's make it look good. Felt pretty good, felt pretty routine, which is good. So we'll bump up from there to 100. I broke my rule today of only having coffee in the morning, or caffeine in the morning. I didn't take a caffeine pill, I just drank more coffee. So I wanted to make a pour over coffee because it's Sunday. It's one of the things. Maybe this could be a bit of a series, mic'd up Monday, since these used to be Sunday workouts, and I get them edited to be up on Monday. Since I have a lot of time, temperatures will be getting warmer more consistently sooner rather than later, so I'll be able to train out here more frequently and do stuff on the floor, which is how you can tell it's really nice out today temperature wise, is that normally I'd be too cold to mess about with the blocks or to like move them out. But this is 100, another pull plus snatch, so this is my second working set. It's ugly, so we'll do 100 again. I was definitely forward on the actual snatch, and I had to work pretty hard to correct it. If anyone's concerned about the weight killing me when it rolls off there, I'm literally always looking for that, and I'm athletic enough to put my foot up so I don't die. But we'll do 100 again. So on that last one, I was a bit forward. So this one I really focus on mimicking the practice pull, essentially the snatch pull before doing the full rep. So 100 again, hopefully it'll make it better so it's easier, and so hopefully I can go up. Much better rep. Much better rep. Most of my steps forward were honestly something I was going to do anyway, whether I had the pads there or not. But I basically always take a step forward if I got the pads there, just to make it a bit closer. So that one was much better. So that means we probably go up to 110. So that's what we'll do. 110. This is my 4th working set. 110. Hopefully make it look like the last one. Just have to make sure you get all the way to the hip and fully extend. And then punch under. Really try to be aggressive under as well. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but really just trying to fully extend and aggressively hold it above my head. It's worked for the most part so far today, so make 110 look good. That one felt really good as well. Pleasantly surprised. So I was a little bit twisted to this side, but felt like I caught it really solid. So, that was the 4th set, which means I think we can be aggressive again on the last set and try to do 120. So we'll see how that goes. So far, everything's feels pretty smooth. Weights don't feel too heavy. Pull feels good. So I have to make sure to do this one well. Let's get that full extension and just be aggressive under. And we go just like the 110 did. So last set with pull plus snatch with 120. So let's focus in and get it done. Oh, just too heavy today. Oh, unfortunate, but we'll call it there because I'm going to do other work today. I lied. We're going to give it one more crack. I feel like it's there. Just have to use my legs a bit more and trust the extension. Just have to fight under it. Woo. Oh. Good. So that's the end of snatches. I'm not going to try to do more, obviously. I missed that the first time, and the second one felt pretty difficult to stabilize, but felt good. Definitely happy with that. Heaviest snatch press pull in quite a while. I think I probably have done more before, but definitely good. Definitely happy to be able to hit that. But my next exercise is going to be power clean plus push press plus jerk. Originally, I think it was just like 2 jerks, but I want to do some push presses, so that might limit me on the weight that I'm able to push on these, but we'll work up to hopefully, I mean, in a perfect world, the same way I just snatched, but we'll see about that. I spent a lot of time in between playing chess, watching little bits of the Bengals and Chiefs game, but I'm back to it. Did a little bit of Spanish practice too. I always think that I'm going to get back into practice more Spanish because I think it's a useful thing to be able to do. Some of my students do speak mostly Spanish or at least know Spanish, so it is something that I could use, not necessarily daily, but more so than never. So it's good to practice it, I think. But we're going to throw some chalk on and go ahead and do this set. So can't wear the mic for these, so we'll set it up over here by the shelf. Definitely felt like I haven't lifted in a couple minutes, but that's all right. So that was 135, so we'll go ahead and throw 175 on. Honestly, I'm just going to keep this rolling because it's not that heavy and it's better to work out faster when it's cold. But goal of doing these is just get some push press volume in, essentially. Jerks are good to practice, so I suppose it's mostly upper body focus because power cleans won't be too heavy. Nothing too heavy. A little bit of discomfort in my right shoulder, but nothing that won't keep me from going up to 100. So we'll take a second, hit 100, see if I can do a little bit more than that. But I might cut these a little short if the shoulder starts feeling a little weird. But I would like to be as aggressive on these as possible as far as the upper body stuff. But we'll see. The amount of reps I'm going to hit, or the amount of sets I'm going to do, is 4. So the 1 plus 1 plus 1. Power should be fine. Push press will be iffy. And the jerks will be fine. So this will really be limited by how the push presses feel, but wrists feel really good, so that's why I don't have any wrist wraps on. I'm trying to avoid wearing them, mostly just because I don't want to depend on them, but also my wrists feel pretty good, so you know, I'm trying to use less gear if possible, but of course I got the knee wraps on because I always like having those, especially when it's cold. But we'll go ahead and do this 100. Honestly felt better than 80 as far as the discomfort, and it felt like it moved fine. So we'll definitely jump up to 110 and just keep moving along. Move along. I actually loaded up 111 just because it felt like it. No other real reason. No regulation reason. Plus the weights you pick are often arbitrary. And a kilo here or a kilo there isn't going to make or break you in normal training, unless it's a maximum lift. But for something like this, 3 pounds ain't not much. Double negative, nice. But let's go ahead and do this. Will be my first set. Might not do all 4 sets. That one felt pretty good, but might not be smart to do that many lifts. So we'll see. Definitely going to do another one though, because that one felt pretty good. Jerk felt weird, but more so, I think my front foot just landed kind of odd. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but it felt weird. But I didn't feel unstable or anything. It wasn't anything like painful, but I don't know. I'm bad at lifting. So sometimes I do weird stuff. We're going to go ahead and do the same weight again. Same 111. This feels pretty good. I might jump up from here and then just do 3 sets, or we'll see how it goes. But really be determined with how the push press. So everything else felt pretty good. So let's make sure this one goes well. Push press felt heavier, but I think I still got a little bit more. Everything else felt pretty easy, so we'll probably just wing it at 120 and see how that goes, because why not? Gotta be aggressive. So we'll do 120, and that'll be my 3rd set. If we make it, we'll cut it off there. If not, maybe we try it twice. This would be a really good lift to hit. Push press would be, 120 push press is pretty heavy for me, and want to get back to doing it consistently. Jerk and the Pyro Clean are, you know, well below PRs obviously, but push press with this complex will be really good. So we'll give 120 a crack. The nice thing about having some extra mats around is, like, this piece was just an extra from the sides of the platform when I made it. I think originally I had them where I had the squat racks, so I could have them closer to the shelves, but I didn't really need to use them for that. So now they just make a good deficit. So it's whatever one stall mat is. So it's not a very significant one, but we're due 93 kilos, 120 kilos, and then some sets with 152. I don't know how many sets. We'll see how they feel, but just pulls, so I can always kind of grit my teeth through them. I have these and some push press, or not push press, just a strict press. Nothing too difficult. I actually just went up to 125 just because it's easier the thrill on this yellow than it was to go from 120 and then to make the eventual jump up. So those make the last jump easier just from a plate loading standpoint, because I can just slide on a bunch of the little 10s. But we'll do another single here real quick. One of the perils of the deficit is you kind of get really close to your shins. I kind of bumped on that one. Nothing like bad, but more so just bad technique. So be more aware of that on the top set. So we'll get working on those. Originally on Clarence's program, these were supposed to be just from the floor and a little bit lighter. And it was like 5 sets of 4 or 4 sets of 5. I forget which. So not going to do that much work, because that's one of the perils of just doing a cookie cutter program. If you have a lot of surplus strength, is yeah, I could do 5 sets of 4, but it's going to take a lot more out of me just because the weight is a relative heavier, just general load to be doing. So that, and I'm not as concerned about pulls. I like doing them, and so I want to do them, but I want to focus more on the technique of it and not so much on the sheer volume of 5 sets of 4. I think it was supposed to be like 145 or something originally, so I'm bumping up not too much from it, but we'll see how they feel. I don't know if I want to do 4 sets of 5 or whatever. That seems like a lot. We'll do a couple here. A 152. I think 3 is about good. So we'll do some sets of 3, maybe 4 sets of 3, but I think that'll be good. Anything more than that, I'm going to be working too hard at them. Nice thing with pulls too is I recover in between sets really quickly from them. I may still sound a bit winded, but because they're just pulls, I don't have to be 100% recovered to be able to hit them just fine. And it's only a set of 3. I can make the excuse that because I'm doing a bit heavier and from a deficit, and that I went heavier on the snatch pull plus snatch, I can do a little bit less of these. At least like make actual sense, not just me making excuses why to do less work. But I've been doing quite a bit today. So I think I said 4x3. Maybe we'll just do 3x3. And then get the strict presses done. Do one more set there, call it a day. So this is my last set of 3. Other sets felt pretty good, like good working sets. Nothing that was moving too terribly slow. I feel like my position, like my hips aren't too crazy high, because that's the biggest thing when I'm doing pulls that I try to differentiate, is when I'm doing a weightlifting specific pull versus just more of a deadlift pull. Because my hips will go up a lot more and can take obviously a lot more of the load. So one of the reasons that it's good for me to do maybe a little bit less in pulls in both weight and volume is that I'm able to hold my positions better and build the position that I want to build, and not just get good at pulls and deadlifts, because I'm already good at those. So just trying to depend on my weak areas more. It's kind of like, for most people, like as your back rounds, that's usually not a good pull. For me, it's more of like my hips come up, so my mechanics change, and it makes it not as beneficial. So I'm trying to keep them low, trying to use my legs. Another reason to have the deficit part of this is it forces you to use your legs a little bit more, especially to initiate the pull. So with another set of 3 here, and then hit some strict presses. Try not to drop the weight so much, because it makes the left side divot a bit worse. If I needed to, I could. I'm not that worried about it, but if I can lower it down, I like to do that. Plus it's later at night. And the one night we were out here looking at the neighbors because there was 14 cops. And me and the neighbor were talking, and he was asking, you know, what lifts I do out here. He's like, man, sometimes it's shaking the house when you're out there lifting. It's from like the jerks or, you know, anything I drop. I didn't realize the vibrations went that far because I have the flooring. I have 2 layers of mats, but so I got the crash pads, so it's a bit quieter for them and save the floor a bit. So it's kind of a win-win. Should have had these anyway instead of cracking the floor. Because I think the left side was already cracked when I first moved in. So it was already kind of put at a deficit. Plus I think the moisture from the door gets under the mats and made that area worse. Because the right side is perfectly fine. I'm sure it's cracked beyond belief under there. Again, I've looked, it's all messed up, but like it's flat. And that side obviously is not. But it's what the crash pads will be able to fix. So whew, we'll get this weight off and do some presses. It's like 4 sets with only 60 kilos, but they're all AMRAPs, so it'll be rather interesting. I should be able to get some sets of 10, hopefully more than one, but we'll see how they go. It's actually one of the funny things, I think on the program, I forget what I bought my max press at. I think just 90 kilos, just for as far as like entering the percentages in, but it came out with like 62.5 kilos as the weight to try. So this makes 61 with the pound plates, so it's almost perfectly what the program had. But I thought about pushing up to 70. I figured doing 60 would be a bit better. Whew. It's 4 sets, 4 AMRAP sets, so that'll be interesting. So I haven't done an AMRAP with 135 in a while, so we'll see what we can do. It's 13 for the first one. Whew, nothing too wild. I didn't want to push through it that hard to do another one. But 13's good. I don't know how much stamina my shoulders will have left. I'll probably do these pretty short rests too. Because they're AMRAPs, the amount of rests you do obviously doesn't really matter. And the weight I'm just going to keep here. Whew, I treat it more like bodybuilding. Trying to get big. Trying to fill out this shed. Although I have to weigh about 300 kilos to really be too big for the shed. Whew, I'm more winded than anything. I guess because you're kind of holding your breath the whole time, but no time like the present. So let's hit the 61 again. See if I can do 10. That wasn't 10, that was 4. I'm gassed. But so the short rest will get you. Just gonna keep working. I think because I only did 4 there, I'm not gonna do the 4th set because that'd be like 1. So we'll just keep the rest short. Do another set. Try to get more than 4. That was pretty pathetic, but I guess it just shows how close 13 was to maximal as far as the 1 set went, but whew, I'm gassed. My shoulders are gassed, but they don't hurt, which is good. It's a good gas. That was a weird feeling where the weight didn't feel heavy. It just didn't really move. Oh, but it shows how quickly fatigued my shoulders are So, whew, that's it for today. Got some good work in. Real happy with everything. Feel really good still. And I actually worked out pretty quickly, which is really good. So, maybe this will be a thing. Let me know. I'm going to try to edit this down a bit. So you made it this far, I do appreciate it. I'm going to try to edit out a lot of the dead time. So it's either me lifting or talking. And so hopefully that will cut down on the total length. And it'll be a lot more of just stuff and not that dead space in between. Which is easier to edit, obviously. So I do less cuts, but on Sundays I got more time. So we'll go ahead and get this bad boy edited and up for you guys. But whew, let me know what you think of this style. I know I've done, what, 2 of them before. One was just squats, one was a full workout, and then this one will be like a third kind where it's full workout, but kind of edited down a little bit. Probably still be pretty long, so I don't know. Let me know what you think, but thanks for watching if you made it this far, and talk to y'all in the next video.